Hello, my dear teachers, and this is Prem Kiran, founder of W2S Academy Coimbatore. On behalf of W2S Academy, I am presenting this video for all teachers who are working through online classes to make your students engage during this quarantine period. So, my dear teachers and fellow beings, we know the world is facing a crisis that it never experienced before. So what lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So keep spreading the positivity among the young minds so that they feel quite comfortable. Again, the pandemic proved that one of the noble profession is taking the world ahead tirelessly round the clock. But on the other hand, another noble profession, the so-called teachers community, is working from home to spread positivity among the young minds. Today in this session, I want to project few key points to make your online class interacting at the same time. I could sense your inner feeling how far this virtual teaching will reach the students. See, whatever the technology we implement in the field of medicine, engineering, research, and so on with artificial intelligence, AI, to work virtually to reduce the manpower, all this needs a traditional way of teaching with a teacher, a board, and the chalk. That's how we teacher feels complete. So without either one of this, a teacher is said to be incomplete. So I personally feel technology cannot replace a teacher, but still we are in a position to handle this situation to make our students comfortable and clear in what we are teaching. So online courses have become an incredibly popular way for students and employees to advance their education or professional development. So teaching an online class requires different method from the traditional classroom, as it's important that teachers adapt or develop their skills to the online teaching environment to make their materials effective and engaging for the learners. So let's look at 5 strategies you can implement to improve your online teaching and make your e-learning course a successful experience for both you and your students. So before entering into the session, let me tell you what students will do during online classes when you are taking a class. So these comments are based on the feedback from the students. So I'm just listing you just few examples, like 4 points I just want to share what the students will do. The very first thing is like mic and video will be disabled in the name of network issue. So this is one of the main lame excuses most of the students they used to give to their teachers to escape from the virtual view of the teacher. So while the class is running, second point, it's like a virtual class will be running and he'll be busy with games, and who knows, even he might be stepped out of the classroom and he'll be roam somewhere. So whatever question you ask, it will be of no vein, but still you have to continue. That is the situation where we teachers are in during this online classrooms. So they will be always say, I understood everything, ma'am, there is no doubt, sir, just to avoid further questions from your side. So these are all the main key points that I got from the students during this lockdown period. So what problems a teacher faces? So there are different problems we do face. So let me list those 4 problems. The very first is like self-paced environment. Since students are not in a self-confined space, proponents of e-learning claim that the main advantage of this learning method is that it is self-paced. Of course, it is true and comfortable, but however, because of this inherent freedom, e-learning often translates to no learning at all. And we do feel that we are teaching from this end, but it is like the student is not learning at all. He is merely showing his virtual presence. So in a self-paced environment, an e-learning task can undergo an irresistible gravitational pull towards like a to-do list, like games or videos will be in a parallel tabs where you will be having your class in another tab. So all these self-paced environment makes the teacher quite uncomfortable and puzzled what the students will be doing in the other end. So the second point will be like lack of understanding and in complex concept. So e-learning can be great for teachers and learning specific skills and for knowledge that needs to be transferred. if you want to explain a theoretical part, it will be very easy for them to understand just merely giving an explanation through online class. However, with more complex skills and competencies, it is incredibly difficult to put together an effective e-learning program, like derivations or the numerical problems that you want to solve. So all these becomes very difficult for the students to understand. And please do not start with such kind of chapter or a lesson even if you are planned. Don't do that. Students, they really hate this kind of and problematic chapters, especially during this online class. Always choose a lesson that is very easy to understand just by your voice. So that is what the students, they do expect. And third point is that lack of input from the teachers. And of course, we are not used to this online teaching, and we are quite comfortable with a chalkboard and an real classroom environment. So the best teacher will sit and talk to a people or the students and engage them to find what they need to know and how they need to learn it. So students feedback is highly valuable. However, that's far less possible with an e-learning courses, but still I advise the teachers to interact with your children at least 5 minutes at the end of the course. And please do put them n number of questions, and try to provide as many as pictorial representation rather than giving them in paragraph or a text based screen sharing. So that is what the students, they really don't like at all. So teacher, it is from your side, you have to make an interactive and an effective learning study material. And the very fourth point is like slow evolution. And you know what this evolution means. Biology students, they do know this. It's a very slow and steady process. That is what it is happening during this online teaching. See, it's like if a business model changes or if there is any problem in the market get disrupted, online training can quickly fix the problem. But whereas online teaching will be like an evolution. It's like a slow process. Students take much time to understand the concept what you deliver. Maybe it takes months to understand the concept, unless otherwise if he is not going through the study material. So this is what they feel it. So please don't ever try to dump as many as chapters to complete your workload. Try to take a minimal lesson with a minimal workload so that they can understand. Even if it is a 10-page lesson, try to complete it and ask them or shoot them as many as questions to make them comfortable that they are quite strong in what they've learned during this quarantine period. So these are the main four problems what the teachers they face. Now let me give a solution for this. So what can be done to make teachers to hurdle the situation? So the very first thing is like maintain a two-way communication. And even though we are in an online class, a virtual class, 1 is to 20 or 1 is to 30 ratio, without your physical presence in the classroom, it is vital that you establish a virtual presence at a very beginning of the e-learning course. Like online teachers need to be engaging and supporting their students right from the start till the end of the course or the end of the class to maintain an effective learning community. Like you should interact them frequently. Don't leave them just like an lecture. Please don't deliver your content for the whole 30 or 40 minutes of duration. So by establishing your presence, you will show students that you are both visible and available. Even the students can disable their video, but not the teachers. Please make sure that you are enabling your camera so that you are visible to all the students, that a teacher is sitting in front of a camera and teaching. And please do be lively and don't just read the content that is in the textbook. And the very second thing is like never ever abruptly start with a continuation what you have finished in the previous class. So it is always to brush up with the previous topic before you continue with a new topic. and shoot them with multiple questions and strangle them to the core. Once, if you do this, for sure, right from the next session, he or she will be get prepared with the topic that you taught, because he should understand, even in virtual classroom, teacher is like how he will be present in the real time classroom. There is no change in my teacher's character, even if it is an online teaching. This is how the students should feel. So never ask them to do never ask them whether you understand the topic or not. Obviously they'll give S as their answer. If their answer is S, or no matter if their answer is no, please do ask few questions related to the topic that you taught so far, and then leave the session, or make the students to leave the session. Never wind the class the moment you hear the word there is no doubt. Yes sir, I'm clear. Yes ma'am, I'm clear. No doubts at all. It doesn't mean that they are strong. They just want to escape from the session. This is the main thing that the teacher, they have to get into their mind. And the third point is like a big no to textbook, and make them addict in what? Okay, it's very simple. I will just tell you this third point is very important. And it's like oh god, students will never like teaching with textbook. I'm damn sure. Oh my god, how many comment that I've received from many students regarding this. I've heard this comment from students that what is this teacher is going to do other than reading content from the book? See, this is the very simple comment, but it matters a lot for a teacher. As students, they will think, I have a book, I know to read. Then why we need a teacher just to replicate or to give a voiceover of what is given in the textbook? So I advise to all the teachers, and if you want to be a good teacher, a good teacher will never rely on a textbook. To grasp the students' attention towards you, please do prepare your own study material for the particular lesson, no matter how long it takes to complete. No matter how long, even days together you sit and write, no matter, no matter. Make your work simple, do not put students' knowledge at risk. So for God's sake, please do not show PPTs. One of the most worst blunder what all lectures are doing, even in real-time classrooms. The very first comment that students will pass when you pop up with this PPT slide is like, 1 hour, one lesson will be completed. I bet you. This is what the bidding games at the last bench. This teacher is going to complete this lesson in 1 hour. Just see. This is what the comment the students they used to pass. So no textbook, no PPTs. Write your own study material for your own student, for his or her betterment. Make them to addict to your own study material. They should never ever refer any other study materials. They should feel contented with your material, what you have written, with your whole energy and your soul. While writing a note is like an art. Try to refer as many as study materials, collect from different sources and compile it. Write it in your own handwriting. That makes the students quite lively, and he thinks, see how hard our teacher is spending his or her time in writing notes for myself. So this is how the teachers should write a note. I'll show a demo of writing a notes. And the fourth point is like provide ongoing feedback. Like feedback is an essential component of all effective learning environment, whether it is an online class or a real-time class. So no matter it is, feedback matters a lot for a teacher especially. So as an online teacher, your feedback will help to create an e-learning experience that it is informative, engaging and motivational for the students. So your feedback should be continuous during the e-learning process. So feedback should be from both the ends. You give your feedback how the students understand and where the students will commit a mistake, and then you start with the topic. Suppose, because you might be in teaching experience for years together, and you know where the students will commit a mistake when you are starting with a complex topic. So in that scenario, please do point, this is the point where most of the students they used to make a mistake. Please be keen on the students, and then you continue with your class. So with a constructive feedback offered as soon as possible, so that the students can clearly identify which behavior or skill they need to be improved. And so you can encourage group feedbacks from collaborative exercises by giving some activities or like project works. So don't feel bad even if the feedback is not on your side. Do improvise on your side to make the students comfortable in what they are learning. So on the whole, the inflorescence of teaching comes if your students are able to deliver your content by the end of each chapter. That is where the real essence the teachers can feel. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please do post your queries and comment. I'm always here to share my thoughts to improve both the ends. So as a teacher, let's learn together to find a place in hearts of a student as a best teaching teacher. Just note the word teaching teacher, not merely as a teacher, a teaching teacher. So based on a query from a physics teacher, in next video I will share things for all physics teachers, where to tune, where to improvise, what to do and what not to do, and how to write notes, especially for physics derivative part. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please do share this video to all the teaching community so that they can use this lockdown period and effective one in improving their teaching skill. I'll get back to you in another video. Thank you very much.